So guys, Bob Arum says that he wants to make Errol Spence, Terence Crawford right away. He's going to call Al Heyman. Now, we know that there's a problem between these two guys, and I've said that I don't believe this fight's going to happen. Now, Bob Arum seems like he seems very adamant that he's going to be ringing. Now, I think Bob Arum's under a lot of pressure by ESPN to deliver the big fights. It's going to be very hard to make because Al Heyman's not going to want Errol Spence to leave Fox Showtime, right? And ESPN are going to want that fight on ESPN. Now, I think Bob Arum mentioned that we can do it on both networks and we can do it across both Showtime and ESPN. And to make the fight, I think he's open to doing that. The only problem I have with that is that I don't think the Spence-Crawford fight will be made. And I said this a long time ago, and now a lot of experts like Eddie Hearn have come out and said that. And there was another guy that actually said that as well. I can't remember who it was, but someone else said after I talked about it. What I said is that I don't think this fight is financially big enough for this fight to happen on both broadcasters. Now, the other one, Mayweather-Pacquiao, that was big enough where you could put it on both broadcasters, right? You could put it on HBO and you can put it on, Showtime. You could have done that. The only problem is with this particular fight, I don't think it's financially big enough. Although they're saying it's a super fight, I don't actually think it's a super fight when it comes to financial super fights. Now, Canelo-Golovkin was a good payday for both of them, right? And even that was nowhere near compared to Manny Pacquiao-Mayweather, right? So if you know what I'm saying, and Crawford-Spence is nowhere near. Neither of those guys have the name that those two guys do, Golovkin or Canelo, right? So you're not looking at a big, massive fight. You're looking at a fight that probably plays each of them guys maybe 10 at max. I'm talking at best $15 million each, at best, right? And that I'm being generous there. I don't even know if they get that, right? So is that fight big enough for them to put it on both platforms? And not just that, I just don't think it is. I just don't think it is, and that's why I don't think the fight will happen. But the only problem is with this fight is, I don't think he'll ever be big enough for them to get the money that they think that they want for a fight of that magnitude. I just don't think it's big enough. I don't think Crawford and Spence will either of them, because let's be honest, they're both hit near 30. Crawford's past 30. I think Spence must be 30 or maybe 30 plus. I don't know exactly, or 29. So they're both at their peaks. This fight right now should be at the biggest. But what we saw with Mayweather-Pacquiao, that fight became massive in 5 years after the fight should have actually happened. It couldn't be any bigger when the fight actually happened. The problem is with Spence and Crawford, I don't think either of these guys have the name or the appeal or the star attraction that either Manny Pacquiao or Mayweather had. So unfortunately, I don't think this fight's ever going to reach the heights that those fights did. I don't think financially it can be that big. Now, Wilder-Joshua's a different place, a heavyweight fight. You got Joshua, who's a star. You got Wilder, who's growing, and he's a heavyweight. He's a knockout artist. I don't believe Crawford and Spence are going to be able to reach that. Let's look at Andre Ward. He never was able to reach those heights. Andre Ward was an exceptional fighter. Spence and Crawford are made out of the same material. Probably not, maybe not even as good. And he wasn't able to reach those heights. So what's to say that Crawford and Spence, from a pay-per-view point of view, are going to reach the mass? They're not. I don't think so. So I don't think this fight is going to be very difficult to make. Very difficult to make. I think the only way it gets made is if Crawford is able to, see out his contract with Bob Arum and then go his own way. And then they might be able to make the fight happen. I think as long as Crawford's with Bob Arum and Spence is with Al Heyman, the fight's not happening. I just don't see how it happens, because I think their relationship is not... It's really bad, and I just don't see how it's going to happen, because I don't think financially the fight's big enough where all parties are going to make a lot of money. It's just not a lucrative fight. It's a big super fight because they're two great fighters, and it's a super fight that everyone wants to see, but financially it's not a super fight, and that's why I don't think this fight happens. So leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think about it, and guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.